Dreamkingfilmz, we're here running back JP Patterson of the Ed White Commanders. Hey JP, man, you signed your national letter of intent to Bowling Green State University a couple weeks ago. Talk to us about that and let us know what led to that decision.
Uh, I feeling felt real good to sign with Bowling Green. What led to that decision was that they kept in communication and touch throughout the whole pandemic, and they just kept putting their foot on the gas and not letting nothing go until committed. But that was the big decision why I went to Bowling Green because they showed a lot of love.
Talk about that bond you and the coaching staff have a little bit more, and how important that was amid this level of uncertainty that the whole world going through.
Me and the coach, like throughout the whole pandemic, he knew that like a whole lot of schools wasn't coming because of the pandemic and what was all going on. But he made it his job to come to me and try to get me to come to his school, and that played a big role in this pandemic and everything that went on in college.
Yes, sir.
Decision.
Yes, sir. With your mom and dad on your side, you signed that national letter of intent. Talk about that day, man. Ed White Auditorium, man. Just talk about that day real quick.
It was very exciting. Kind of nervous too, but I was real glad because I got to sign in front of my teammates, my coaches, and teachers, and everybody that was there for me throughout the whole entire year, and also my brothers. They were right next to me as well, and I had a lot of like family who was here at Lake Shore with me in middle school and throughout my life, so it felt real good just signing on that day.
Yes, sir. Talk about how important it was to share that day amongst family and friends.
It's very important because all your loved ones are there, so that's like a big step for you and also for them because that shows that you came a long way from where you first started.
Hey, speaking of where you first started, man, we out here, man. Lake Shore Athletic Association, the Raiders, man. Real quick, just talk about being out here as a kid, playing for Jeff Stewart, and ultimately signing that national letter of intent. And when you thought this was all possible for you, JP?
I knew this was all possible from the start, but it just depended on how much I worked. So Lake Shore, I had to work a lot because I always played up a level because I was younger than everybody, and I always had to work like my hardest to get to even better level than where I was at Lake Shore. And Jeff Stewart, everything followed me up into Jeff Stewart because I started playing middle school ball when I was in 7th grade, and just like all the work I had to put in, meaning like running track and just like putting in footwork and everything I had to do up until my freshman year to when I just knew I had to just go out and just do my thing. And that's where I started to come to me, as in like college. I already knew like from the jump that I was going to do great things. So
Yeah, yes, sir. Talk about playing for the Ed White Commanders, man. Long list of great running backs done came through that school, and you ended up being one of them. You played with Caleb, Isaiah. Just talk about that, man, over the years playing for the Ed White Commanders and how special that was.
that was real special to play with those two people. And even though the people that came through and the running backs that came through, that was like a real great moment to like actually go out and do that. That's what they did. But playing with Caleb my freshman year and Isaiah, like they're two great running backs. So like it was hard to like, you know what I'm saying, get as much rotation as I wanted. But I just knew up until when it was my time that I was gonna shine and I was gonna go all out. So that's what mainly happened this year and last year. So I was greatly appreciative of those two people right there.
Yes, sir. Y'all went on a slight playoff run this year. Talk about that real quick, reaching the playoffs over at Ed White this year.
That was a big moment for us because, you know, Ed White haven't been to the playoffs in years. And so I feel like that like turned on the switch in a lot of people or in the coaching staff. And I just feel like that run this year is going to follow up for next year and the previous years after that.
Yes, sir. You took off in that game, man. Real big game, man. They couldn't have got the dub without you. But what do you think your best game over the years was at Ed White? If you had to pick out your one best game.
My best game was that game because it's just when I was running, I was just going for that was just basically putting everything into it. Like I just knew, like if we didn't win, this game came down to me. So I just went all out for everything I had did, and I love that game because I basically put the whole team on my back that game. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That game was against the Bishop Kenny Crusaders at their home field. What you had, about 200 yards rushing, 4-5 touchdowns? What you had that game?
I had 400 yards rushing.
Oh, 400. Oh, man. Hold on. Yeah. 400 yards rushing and about 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. JP, talk about the recruitment process, man. Give me some ups and some downs and some things that you went through in that process.
The recruitment process it's a tough time because the decisions you have to make, like with certain colleges, like the decision I had to make was with Illinois because they wanted me at a position that I didn't play in a long time, but I had to let that go because other schools wanted me at a certain position that I did want to play. So that's like a hard decision to make because Illinois is a big school, but you have better people who want you to play your position. And so I can say that was a hard choice for me, but I feel like I made the best decision for myself. So I feel like what all comes down to for the recruiting process is that you need to make a decision that you think you should make. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir. Academically, how does it fit you up in Bowling Green?
They got the right academics for me. So what I wanted to be was a veterinarian, and they have all the classes for me. So I feel like that's a great school I should go to and get my academics right as well. And I feel like as long as I keep my academics up, I'll be good throughout everything.
Yes, sir. JP, to all the little kids that follow you online, that look up the Bowling Green athletics, that follow Ed White Commanders, just tell them how important making good grades is in this whole process right here.
Oh, great grades. It'll take you a long way. It'll help you out with your scores, your test scores, or like just being close with coaches. Like that grades will help you a lot, like even getting recruited, because without grades you're not going nowhere. That's all. Like without grades you wouldn't be even thinking about going to D1 colleges.
Yes, sir. Talk about the style of play they play up there in Ohio. Talk about your skill set and what you could do to go out there and flourish.
The skill set they wanted a more balanced back, that's why they got me, and they wanted a more bigger back as well. So they got me down there for the same thing basically I did at L. White, and the same formation. And so they feel like I'm a great fit for their program, and that they know I'm going to run the ball and I'm not going to stop. And they feel as though I fit their program very well.
Yeah, sir. You take off to go up to Bowling Green today, man. So what you been doing over these last couple weeks? And also talk about what you been doing today. Are you nervous or anything?
I'm a little nervous. College life, I don't know how it's going to be yet. But I keep hearing it's fun, so I'm looking up to that. But the last few weeks, I've just been doing what the coach asked me to do, which is run. And I've been just filling out paperwork for Bowling Green. But other than that, I've just been trying to enjoy my last few times here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, man. Before we get out of here, that smile you put on your mom and your dad's face, your little brother's done. You got to talk about that smile, JP, and how important that was to put that smile on their face when you signed that national letter of intent.
That was the best moment for me because, like, other than my older brother, it's only been me and my older brother who in our family that's really signed that. So that's a special moment to see that, like, to see your loved ones just smile about what all you have done up until then. So that's a real great moment for the people.
Hey, JP, to all the little kids that's going to play on this field in the future, man, any words of encouragement or advice you want to give them?
I say work hard, and no matter how big somebody is, they'll always fall.
Hey, JP, thanks for talking with me. I definitely appreciate you for granting me a little bit of your time today, man. I know you're a very busy man. You got a lot going on. Well, appreciate you for talking with me, and good luck to your future.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.